Hey, welcome everybody. You're looking at Dave Coach Schwartz. We're here at the Santa Monica College track. The track is all ours. That's my daughter Josephine, who's going to join us in a minute. A little bit earlier, Triple G's wife, Elena, was doing laps here, and she was amazing. I thought she was a professional track athlete. I told Josephine, hey, watch this lady. That's the kind of form I want you to have when you're doing these laps. So, Dave, how many hundreds did we do?
We didn't do that many. It's
Yeah.
really hot today.
Yeah.
July gloom is officially over.
Yeah.
It's sunny, it's nice, it's hot, but it's beautiful. And we are really, it is our private track.
This is our private track today.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, real quickly, what did you think of Terrence Crawford's performance against Victor Postol last night?
You know, I've never been that high on Crawford, but now I am. I mean, they said it was 6-1. I thought it was really too big of a price. It should have been 600-1. I mean, he was so incredible. He knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's smart. He's really smart in the ring. I mean,
Yes.
He really has the instincts. I thought Postol, I mean, he was good, but he's not good enough for Crawford. He beats most guys, but, I mean, Crawford, if they put Crawford in against Manny, it's all over for Manny.
That's a real retirement fight, right?
And
Am I
I mean,
right?
I'm sure Bob Arum wants to do it.
Sure.
For sure. But why
He's got
not?
Crawford, yeah.
If they pay Pacquiao enough money, maybe he'll do it.
Maybe
but
Pacquiao would do it, but that's a passing of the torch type of showdown. But
it's like Art Aragon and Enrique Bolanos.
hey, I liked Crawford in that fight. I thought he would stop Postol late, or it would be a close decision. I actually thought Postol would win more rounds than he did, but I think Crawford really showed that he's a pound-for-pound level elite talent, and that was the difference between a really good boxer in Postol and an elite fighter and talent, which is what Crawford is. And I didn't score a round for Postol after the third round. I had Crawford winning the fourth round and then every round after that.
And Postol was demoralized.
He was. He had no answers. He
couldn't do it. And Freddie, I thought, did an incredible job. He sounded great.
Yeah.
He did everything he could do. And the thing is that Freddie was in this corner against Crawford. Is he going to let Pacquiao?
I don't think so. I think he talks Manny out of doing that. As much as Arum might push for Pacquiao versus Crawford, I think Roach knows better, but who knows? Maybe.
I'd love to see Pacquiao against either Broner or Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Those are two fights he could win. And,
yeah. Honestly, if he's not fighting either of those two, I don't care to see him back. I don't care to see. I don't want to see another Marquez fight.
I tell you, also on the broadcast last night, I thought Roy Jones was incredibly great.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he looks, the way he talks, the way he stands, the way he analyzes.
I like the insight he provides. I think he provides perfect insight at the right times.
And he's into it. I mean,
he's grown into that role.
But he was really, really good and right on. And the fights were all good. I mean, they were good fights for a one-sided fight. It was really entertaining. But the fight that was on ESPN on Thursday with Paul Mendez against the guy, I can't remember.
Evgeny Kitrov?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the worst reffing jobs I've ever seen. Paul Mendez was just getting killed, and the ref wasn't even looking to stop it. His corner didn't even think about stopping it.
It was very hard to watch, particularly after the fourth round when you knew just Mendez had no shot. And all he had was his heart, his courage, his toughness, and that can get you killed in boxing.
And those are the guys,
particularly against a heavy-handed guy like Kitrov, who didn't have the power to take Mendez out, but he was putting it on him round after round.
And he's really good.
Kitrov looks good to me. Yeah,
he was really great, but that's a crime. I mean, Connecticut, is there a commission in Connecticut?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, they
need more practice. Yeah.
It was finally one.
The ringside physician finally.
I think the inspector.
Or was it the inspector? Well, good for him.
Got in the ring and
whoever behaved like an adult and a professional, good for them. But the fight needed to be stopped.
Well, why didn't Teddy Atlas
many
go
rounds.
crazy like he usually does? He didn't say a word.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, Heyman has total control over everything, and they were just trying to make this other guy look good, even over Teddy Atlas, because he usually goes crazy.
Yeah, he usually loses his mind over those situations. But I, from my perspective, having met Paul, it was very hard to watch. I had a hard time watching that fight. But congratulations to Kitrov. I think he's a real middleweight prospect and a future top 10 contender. Real soon, I think.
But I thought Paul Mendez really showed a lot of heart, and I thought
he's a solid gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Kitrov dominated him and stopped him, got the stoppage, that says something. And I look forward to seeing Kitrov take on the likes of Jason Quigley, that Japanese fighter who was on the top rank undercard last night, Murata, the gold medalist. They fought as amateurs. I'm not saying they should fight right away. I'm saying like in about a year or so. I think that's a terrific fight, and it's got a backstory, which I will happily tell when the fight, whenever they reach that point in their careers. But hey, I've got some rope to skip, right?
Okay.
And Josephine, maybe you can help us out by working the camera and reading any comments or questions that come around.
Yeah, last time we didn't have them.
Yeah, we had plenty of comments. Just didn't want to read them.
No, we didn't.
Okay, so
It's live.
Are there any questions?
Not yet.
Not that I can see.
Okay.
I can't see.
So anyway, last week I had so many comments, people calling me, going crazy on how Doug can answer these questions. It's freaky. It's totally freaky. You could ask him about baseball or football or basketball. He doesn't know one thing. Nothing at all. It was crazy. That he could answer these questions. I mean, his brain's, I don't know, it's incredible.
It's all in my head. The only thing in my head is boxing and comic books. I'm not terribly proud of that, but whatever.
No, you should be. Okay,
so what do we got today?
So I woke up late from last night. That fights took a lot out of me, and I just had to go back to my comfort level here. So I'm doing the light welterweights. So in honor of Ray Crawford.
Oh yeah, Crawford won the Ring Magazine junior welterweight title, and he unified the WBO and WBC belts.
Yeah, it was that is an incredible fight.
Hey, so he's the man at 140, and when you look at how much weight he puts on after the weigh-in, he put on 17 pounds. Now he has clothes on and shoes on when he's weighing, so it's probably not 17. It's probably more like 15. That's still a lot of weight to put on after the weigh-in, so it kind of suggests he can carry 147, right?
Easily.
Yeah.
And he was smart.
He might be better.
And I thought he
might be stronger.
I thought he was pretty sophisticated in the interview afterwards, which I didn't think he had it in him.
Right.
I thought he was humble.
He's not the most loquacious guy.
But he was okay.
Yeah. He's genuine.
Yeah, no, I liked him.
Yeah.
I was sort of down on him because of that thing in the body shop.
Yeah, he's got the rage issues, but, I think it helps him in the ring.
Yeah, but I thought he was incredible. He was really good. So anyway, tell me from present, who were the champs in WBC and 140? 140.
Well, right now it's Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
And before Crawford, it was Victor Postol. And Postol won the vacant title by stopping slightly favored Lucas Matisse. And I think they fought for the vacant belt that was dropped by Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia held it for a while, and Danny Garcia was also a unified champ and a Ring Magazine champ. He had the BA belt and the ring title, and Garcia won the WBC title from Eric Morales, and Eric Morales won that title, becoming a 4-division champ, one of Mexico's few. Was it a vacant belt? I think he won a vacant belt as well. He won it against Cesar Pablo Cano. I'm trying to think who had that WBC junior welterweight.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is Cesar Cano's wife's name? And how many kids does he have?
I don't know.
Oh, you're letting me down,
That I
Doug.
don't know.
You're letting me down.
I
I can't
I would
believe
have
it.
found out. You know, he was supposed to fight at Fantasy Springs like a week ago, and Alfonso Gomez pulled out. I would have asked him all those questions.
And would you remember the answers?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, especially if I get it straight from the fighter.
Yeah.
Geez, who had the title? So Morales fought Cano for the vacant title, and this is probably like 2011.
Yeah, exactly.
So who the heck was the WBC's junior welterweight title holder?
It was stripped from him also.
It was stripped from him
Yeah.
because he went up in weight,
Yeah.
or because
Yeah, he went up in
from
weight.
some other reason? Because he wasn't.
No, he went up in weight.
So he's a guy. So he was somebody who was a WBC junior welterweight champion. He went up to welterweight.
Yeah.
Jeez. He's a well-known
His
guy?
wife is his manager. He just left his trainer.
Oh, I know. It was Timothy Bradley.
Yeah, right.
And Bradley, another one of these guys who held 2 belts at this weight. Yeah, Bradley. So Bradley had the WBC title, and he had that for quite some time. I believe he won it from Junior Witter. Did he win it from?
Originally,
right. There was some weird stuff where it was like, Bradley was the WBO and the WBC title holder. He'd won the WBO belt. Yeah, he had won the WBO belt from Kendall Holt in Canada. But before Bradley won the WBC belt from Junior Witter, I think he lifted it from Devon Alexander.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That was that.
But I don't remember what the machinations were from Bradley losing the belt and Devon Alexander getting it, and then so Bradley regained it basically without having lost a fight.
Right.
Yeah,
But the Junior Witter fight, that was a huge upset.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing about the Junior Witter fight: Bradley was given no shot by anybody except for like maybe gym rats locally.
Yeah.
And he was a total local. What I mean by local is Southern California fighter. All of his fights had taken place in California, most of which were on club shows. They were like fights in ballrooms, like the DoubleTree Hotel.
Yeah.
Occasionally, in Corona.
In Corona.
Yeah, at the Omega
we were there.
Products. Yeah. Which is why that's like in a warehouse.
No, it's in a parking lot.
In a parking lot.
But it's great. It's sort of got a natural feel to it.
Yeah,
it's really,
not far from like a freeway or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're never far from a
So
freeway.
he not only had he never fought outside of California, I don't think he ever fought outside of Southern California.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he'd never really been on any big cards. And he
Right.
travels to England and takes on the defending champ, who was real smart, unique style, real talented dude. And he drops him and he outpoints him on overseas. And I wanted to point that out because that fight lets you know what kind of character Bradley had. And Terence Crawford did the same thing a couple years ago when he traveled to Scotland to win his first world title, the WBO lightweight title, against Ricky Burns. And I wasn't sold, just like you, I wasn't sold on Crawford. Like after the Bredis Prescott fight, and then he fought some Russian guy on HBO, and I thought he kind of stank it out. I thought he had ability, but I wasn't like, look, I'm not gonna put him in the same sentence with Marvin Hagler, like you heard people, the HBO commentators say, oh, the way he switches. I'm like, let's not put his name with the greats just yet, But that fight opened my eyes. That fight let me know, and I realized that Ricky Burns was starting to fade. He'd been beat up. He wasn't quite the same guy. He
The
faded a
Beltran
bit.
fight.
But the Beltran should have held that belt. Beltran just beat his ass. I don't know how that was a draw. That was just home cooking. But still, it's hard to take a title from a proud champion, which is what Burns was at home in a hostile crowd, and that's, I think that takes a special kind of character, and Marvin Hagler did it for the middleweight title against Alan Mincher.
Yeah.
And these guys are all kind of alike, like Hagler, Crawford, and Bradley they're not like the most amazing athletic specimens. They're not like Roy Jones Jr. And they're not super crafty, slick like Pernell Whitaker or Mayweather or whatever, but they're tenacious.
They don't have huge punches.
And they're smart. They don't have huge punches. They're not the fastest guys either.
No.
But they can beat dynamic talents.
But they have it all together.
They're complete fighters.
Yeah.
But they're tenacious and they have that character where
And
they'll travel and they'll go into the lion's den. That means something.
And they're disciplined.
That's right. So Junior Whittaker, I can't remember who Whittaker beat to get the title. I think it was like maybe some French guy, maybe Suleiman Mbaye, or I don't know. That's about as far as I can go, Dave.
Okay. Anyway, but that's good.
Yeah.
It's
So
real good.
how many years is that? Did I go by?
Well, you went back to 2009.
All right.
No,
That's
I'm
good.
before I
sorry,
was born.
2006.
Hey, okay, that's 10 years. That's
Yeah.
10 years later.
Yeah, that's
And just for my own knowledge, who did Whittaker beat?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because, he won the vacant title.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather
Right.
vacated
He vacated
and
it.
I don't know who.
Yeah.
But
Floyd won it from Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was Floyd's first pay-per-view headliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Gaddy, and that was in 2004.
Yeah. So
Wow.
we
Gaddy.
were going to try to work on finishing these things, not having them so long. I know
Yeah.
we're past 15 minutes,
Yeah.
but
So anyway,
I'm going to try to just
let me ask
do
you,
this real quick.
what's the highlight of today?
Oh, meeting Golovkin's wife.
Yeah.
Triple G's wife. We're out
She's
here
class act.
and we're looking at this girl running, saying this girl must have been an Olympian
Right.
or something, superstar.
Yeah.
Wow, is she impressive? So,
I'm
my
blown away.
God. I mean, what a couple that is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Their
it was,
son's going to be like a professional.
How old is their
hockey player or
son?
Oh my
something.
God. I mean, that
I
is
don't know.
just,
He's a
that's
kid, but
incredible.
you know he's going to be precocious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so we thank Miss Josephine
Thanks,
for coming
Josie.
today
You're
out of her
welcome.
busy schedule.
Yeah.
We thank Mr. Dougie, who
And
you have to
that
read
shit.
his mailbag Mondays and Fridays.
Send
It's
your
incredible.
questions, send your emails to Dougie@boxingmailbag.com. They might wind up in the mailbag. And
Anyway.
shout out to Mr. Boxing Guru, at Mr. Boxing Guru, with a Chapo Lovkin t-shirt, which is what got Golovkin's wife's personal trainer to probably tell us in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Hey!
Yeah, that's got anyway.
Yeah, so thank
I
you,
was like, it's a
Mr.
good thing
Boxing
that you
Guru.
were.
Anyway, keep the faith, be happy, be positive, love everyone, and we'll see you next week.